What's happening, guys? Thanks for tuning in. This is Craig with Reflections Exterior Services, and today I am here with an updated hack. If any of you guys are following Powerful Improvements, shout out to Joe Deery up in Putnam, Connecticut. If you follow him, you've probably seen his Skyvac poles that he uses for gutter cleaning. He has it hooked up to a Husqvarna 125, and I did the same exact thing, and it's worked fantastic. We also get a lot of roof debris removal, and I have actually been able to use that in a lot of cases on the ground and actually be able to remove a lot of pine shats and leaves that get built up on the roof from the ground using that Skyvac system connected to the Husky 125. However, my 125, I actually had two of them. They both died on me almost at the exact same time. They literally froze up. You could hear them come to their screeching halt. So in looking at the Husqvarnas across the board, I saw a lot of good reviews about the Husky 525, which is a step up in the sense that it is not considered a homeowner version. It's actually considered to be a professional grade leaf blower. So durability, power, and the best part is it's the same weight. It's actually 1/10 of a pound more than the 125. So really not even on a scale of being able to measure it from a weight standpoint. So great machine. And so my plan was to basically just adapt that same system, that Skyvac system, to my Husky 525. The problem is that the housing is just slightly bigger. So let me just show you really quick, instead of just talking about it. Let me show you what the original was, and then what I did to get us up to speed. So here we go. So here is the original Husky 125 BV. There's the BV, the BX. One just has a vacuum feature, the other one is just a leaf blower, so it doesn't really matter. They're both more or less the same exact unit. And again, if you follow Joe and you followed how he put his together, basically this is a 2-inch by 1.5-inch rubber, I think they call it a furl, basically a flex coupler. And it works perfectly with this extension pole for the Skyvac system, the Skyvac Elite. You basically just plug that directly in. This 2-inch housing is perfect to fit inside of this hub. And then what I did is I actually put some self-tapping screws around the outside of that to keep this gasket in place. And like I said, this worked beautifully, and then I could just basically hook up my poles. And if you had a little hook, there's a hook that comes with this system. You can use that to blow out gutters. You can use it to blow off roof debris. Works fantastic. So again, my plan was to take the same exact system and plug it into this beast, which is the Husky 525 BX, which you can see there. It's called a professional grade. It's supposed to have like a spring in here to help with vibration. It works great. Thus far I just got it, but really light, easy to use. Again, the problem is that this housing right here is literally about 1/8 of an inch bigger than what is on the 125. So I was trying to figure out a way to still use the same exact system using this upgraded leaf blower, and this is what I came up with, and it seems to be solid, so that's why I'm sharing it with the rest of you guys. Here's the finished product. More or less the same principle as far as the rubber flex coupling. The difference is that you have to use, this is considered to be a draft hood connector. This is 3 inches right here, And this little cylinder right here fits perfectly. You have to open this up a little bit with this nut. If you're familiar with putting these together, you just take that bolt out, open this up a little bit, and this will perfectly fit inside of that housing. And what I did is I actually had to notch. You'll see that right here. I had to actually take a pair of snips and notch that out so that it would fit around this bolt. Same thing on the bottom side. Same exact thing. Had to notch it out right here. But once I did that, this was able to slide perfectly in inside the housing. And what that does is now it makes it acceptable for your rubber coupling to fit on there. I was able to pick this up at an Ace Hardware. It's not the easiest thing to find. This is a 3" by 1.5. So again, 3" by 1.5, and then you're getting a 3" Type B gas vent draft hood connector is what it says right there. I'll just show that to you again. Hopefully you can read that. I picked this up right in Lowe's, and again, the principle is you put that in after you notch it, and then you're putting your rubber gasket over top of that. So basically that just goes right on the outside of that, and it fits super snug. The cool thing is that when I took this pole, you can shove it all the way back through, all the way back to here. When I went ahead and screwed in to the housing, put 4 self-tapping screws so that this can't go anywhere. These screws are 1". They actually screwed into this pipe. So this thing is not going anywhere. There's no possible way for it to pop out. So it is actually one with the blower. And I was able to hook it up, put all my poles on there, and she's a beast. So I just wanted to show you guys the connector pieces that you need. If you do in fact have a Husky 525 or you want to take that route, you can do that. It just takes a little bit of finagling, but hopefully this will make it a little bit easier for somebody else. I've spent the better part of the day just trying to figure out what's going to work. So I know I'm always appreciative when someone shares that with me. Saves me a few searches, saves me a little bit in time and energy. So I hope that can help, guys. Maybe I'll have some video of it in action at some point, but if you really want to see it in action, just check out Powerful Improvements. Joe Deery up in Putnam, Connecticut. He's got the system. Again, his is a 125. And who knows, Joe, maybe if yours goes up and you want to do a 525, then, you'll have the pieces in place for that. So again, thanks so much for watching, and you guys stay safe and wash on.